Everybody, Jenny with Bet in the Farm. I'm going to take you along with me today and check on my chickens and show you what's going on with them. I got my bag of feed or snacks and I got their water. If you guys have to carry water like me, I would strongly recommend get one of these. It's just a old syrup bottle from a restaurant. So if you have any, well, right now I know there's not many open, but some of them are still selling curbside and carry out and all that stuff. Let's see the babies. How are we doing, ladies? Huh? How are we doing today? Yes, you all good? Gotta follow mommy, don't you? Yes, follow me up. So also, because I've been buying the bigger bags of feed, it's a little hard to carry those up all the time by myself. I used to use crumble, and I kind of switched to pellets. It's the exact same thing, but they don't seem to waste as much with the pellets as they do with the crumble. So I'm not minding it that much, and they haven't either. And then bag of grits out. Each time I put a little eggshells and some DE. I just sprinkle a little bit of DE on there, just a little bit. Then I put some ground eggshells in there. It's so funny because it's like my leghorns, they'll go through and pick out just eggshells. It's so funny. Tell him hi, Millie. Yes, you silly boy. He's my only boy. He's such a tiny little thing. They're so adorable. I just love my chickens. Oh, there she is. She's just laying there. Are you going birdie, baby? I wouldn't think so. I think they're too young for that. Okay. I've got one beautiful egg right there. Can I have the eggs, baby girl? Huh? Okay. I don't think she's broody. There's a story behind her being in here all the time. Millie is so mean to her. And for those of you that don't know, so Millie, it was kind of our confused gender rooster. For the longest time, he did not look like a hen, did not act like a hen. He just, did not look like a rooster, sorry. He did not look like a rooster, act like a rooster, or anything. And so it was a big debate between Chad and I. And so I put on one of my, chicken Facebook groups, which is it, a hen or a roo? And everybody came saying he was a ticked off roo. So now his name is Millie Vanilli. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get in and show you why I needed to come and check on them. See their backsides? They're looking better now, but that one. Well, so about a month ago, we had, maybe even 5 weeks ago, we had a ton of rain. I mean, like it rained for like 6 days, not for a day, and another 6 days. And it was such a muddy mess in here. I mean, it was just crazy muddy mess. And I started noticing some of their back tail feathers were missing. And I thought, my very first thought was that it was Millie. Because if you noticed, he's a very small rooster. And I thought maybe he's taken some of their feathers off, because he has been a little aggressive lately. So I kind of discounted it because it wasn't all of them. It was only like 3. And the next week I noticed another one. So I picked one up and I looked at it. I didn't see anything on it. So I kind of just discarded it. Well, then last week I noticed on one of the buffs, I could definitely see, and they definitely had mites. So for those that don't know, a lot of rain and a lot of moisture and a lot of water like that and chickens do not go well together. They will more than likely get mites. Now, I treat them constantly. I give them apple cider vinegar in their water. I give them probiotics. I give them Nutri-Drench for their insides. And then every time I change out their boxes, I put in fresh bedding and DE. So I was a little confused on how they were getting it. And it's just sometimes there's just nothing you can do. So these are the ways that I treated it. Okay, so now this is the DE, or diatomaceous earth, that I started treating with. And then it's also what I put in, I sprinkle it in their nesting boxes every time I change out their bedding, the shavings. I sprinkle new in there. I put a little of this in their feed. And I also sprinkle some on the ground where they scratch a lot. Then I also tried this, the poultry protector, which is all natural, doesn't have chemicals and stuff. If you remember in a previous video I had done with the treating for scaly leg mites, I used this. It worked really great for that. I'm not sure if I just didn't get enough on them to treat them for the mites this time, or what happened. But also, so when I scrub their nesting boxes and then I put in new bedding, but before that, I'll spray this inside their nesting boxes, let it dry, and then I put in the new bedding. And I do that about every, I don't know, 4 months maybe. It depends on how much rain we get. But then this is what actually helped. It's the GuardStar Garden and Poultry Dust. I was really kind of hesitant because I was afraid it was like 7, and I did not want to put 7 on my chickens. It is, but it isn't. This is used for animals. Like, as you can see, it can be used on poultry, vegetables, ornamental plants, and swine. So it is safe. And also, I did it out in the opening. So they had plenty of air, and they weren't breathing a bunch of it in. I had a face mask on and gloves and stuff. And then what I used it in, or how I applied it, was with this. You get these like at the dollar store for $1, Dollar General or the Dollar Tree. And the Dollar Tree you may actually get 2, but it's just like a ketchup mustard bottle. And it worked out so nice to squirt it above their vent, and on their backside, and then behind their neck, and then under each wing. And it really worked great doing it like that. I had a lot less waste, and it wasn't going all over the place like I had said, so it worked out really nice. And I will tell you that it really seems like that poultry dust is working, because you're supposed to do it and then wait and do it again in 7 days. And their little feathers are finally starting to grow back, and I've not had anything. And I mean, some of them just looked absolutely horrible. But like the leghorns, completely fine, nothing. My silver Wyandotte, my black Australorp, fine, nothing wrong with them. And it's just like, it was just got my speckled ones, one of my buffs, and some of these red ones, which I'm not even sure what these are. So we got 5 gifted to us. We got 3 of these red ones and 2 white ones. And I know the white ones are leghorns. And man, do they produce. They produce the big white eggs almost every day. They're phenomenal. Aren't you, ladies? Are you phenomenal? Yes, you're phenomenal. So, one of the ways I've tried to minimize the mud is I've been putting straw down. I didn't want to do that because I've heard from different people certain straws can have mites and stuff in it. But at this point, I was just over it. So I put the straw down, and then I did sprinkle it with some DE and a little bit of poultry dust. Okay. Another suggestion that I would have, because I'm trying to help you guys learn from me. So this right here, of course, is our coop. You can see. And this is our little bitty run. It's maybe 4 feet by 8 foot, something like that. You know, I mean, it's not horrible if we have 3 or 4 chickens, but we end up now we have 13. So we added on this great big run you see here. It's still 8 feet long. Now, there's a little joke about it that we call it 3 doors down. You got that door, this door here, and the door back there. Now, we were going to take this door here off, and I am so glad we didn't, because I'll tell you why. What I'll do is if I need to treat them, and a lot of times I'm doing it myself, I will put a square bucket in the hole so that none of them can get in the hole to run for me, because then they'll get in there and it's just a big circle. So I'll block that off. Then I shut this door here, and then I'll put their snacks or their scratch inside there, and I'll get them all in there. Then I shut that door. Then I'll treat them and put them right here in the big run. And it really works out well. You know, they are all confined in one little area. I can get a hold of them easy. I can catch them. And then I can treat them and I can release them out into here. And I have more scratch out here for them to keep them content. But that's just a suggestion. If you ever add on to your run like we did, keep the small part or keep a small section, or be able to maybe get all your chickens in the coop, close it up, and then treat them that way. Because I'll tell you what, it really works out phenomenal. So anyway, I hope maybe I taught you guys something, or if you can teach me something, that'd be great. Also, I would love to hear any suggestions that you have. But these are some of the issues that I've been going on with me, that I've had to deal with. And you know, a lot of it is you just follow your gut. You know, do what you can. Try to do it the most natural way, of course, as possible first. If that doesn't work, and sometimes they're just so resilient, it just won't. And we've had so much rain, it was crazy. But they've been having a lot of sunshine. It's been pretty darn decent here, except today it's a little chilly. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below. Give me any suggestions, or if this helped you out at all. I'd sure appreciate it and like to hear it. And don't forget, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram under Bet in the Farm. Bye, folks.